It's 93.9 WKYS, the most hip-hop and R&B in the DMV. Leah Henry here, and super honored to be with the hometown hero tonight. Chico Bean just shut his show down at the MGM. How you feeling after your hometown showed you so much love?
Oh, man, it's a blessing, man. It's one of the greatest feelings in the world. You know, they say if you can't come home, you can't go nowhere. And to be able to come home and get this amount of love, especially at a venue so prestigious, is a blessing coming from where I come from, man. I can't say it enough.
Now, listen, I don't want to ruin the show, but you said a line in there that I thought was really impactful. You said after the passing of your mother, you were not sure if today would be, something possible, but today proved it. Yeah. Talk to me about that experience and everything that you felt once you finished your show.
It was nostalgic, and the reason I say that is because, a lot of the gratitude that I have about my career was not just what I'm doing. It's because of the joy that I saw that she got out of what it was that I was doing. Like, she was my biggest fan, Like, she would walk around and with the Wildin' Out gear on like she was a team member and be like, Chico Bean, watch the show, that's my baby, you know what I mean? So I just didn't know if the loss of her would take away the joy that I had, because it took away so much joy just in life, and I didn't know if this would be a part of that joy that I lost. But it's like, ever since she's been gone, it's been so many signs just showing me that, I was prepared by her for these moments throughout my life. So I owe it to her legacy and her memory to stay strong and continue to build, man, for the people that are still here, because she did everything that she was supposed to do while she was here. So, I have no reason to be, sad or taken aback by the fact that she's gone. I just need to appreciate that I had her for the amount of time that I did, and know that I got another angel overlooking my shoulder now, the biggest one.
Exactly. And Angel, and I mean, we've just watched your career over the years blossom. Talk to me about being a young kid in D.C., because I think a lot of the kids here are hilarious. I think the environment D.C. kids grow up in makes them hilarious. Talk to me about those D.C. days where you were building who Chico was.
Well, you know what's crazy? I didn't grow up wanting to be a comedian. I just grew up wanting to be me. You know what I mean? I started early as far as, figuring out who I was, because my mother was very unique in her sentiments in regards to raising me, and her methods were not, standard to say the least. So, I was outside very early learning how to fend for myself. And in that environment, you see a lot of different things, a lot of things you're not supposed to see, a lot of things that, you are supposed to see. But in regards to the things you aren't supposed to see, it helps shape you, especially as a young man, because you have to formulate an understanding about things that you're not supposed to have to understand at that early of an age. So I think that's what makes D.C. so unique is, especially the D.C. that I grew up in, it was, the chocolate city. It's kind of white chocolate chip city now.
Yeah.
But,
like
just the environment that we grew up in is so much to be saddened about, or it's so much negativity, but it's something about the way that we as a people turn that negativity into positivity. And I think that that's something that all of the youngins that's out here now, that whether they look at me as an inspiration or look at anything as an inspiration, just use the negativity and let it build you. Because if you come from that, there's no way in the world that you can't prosper, because if you come out of that environment, any environment you can make it in. You know how they say if you can make it in New York, you can make it anywhere. I truly feel that about D.C. You know what I mean? If you can come out of this city and be successful and stay alive and stay out the way and stay off D Street and stay out the federal penitentiary and out the graveyard, then you've already beat the game. Everything else is to the good. You playing with house money then. So just understand that you already got a leg up being from the city.
Yeah, absolutely. And when you grow up fighting those rats, I mean, you can do just about anything.
Right. We ain't never had rats. We wasn't living like that. We had a mouse or two, but no rats. Know what I mean? But yeah, they ran outside though. So
they'll run up on you.
They'll run up on you for real live.
Okay, listen. Well, thank you again. Thank you for taking some time after you just had an incredible show. I really enjoyed it. DMV, listen, you got to make sure you support your own. Chico, tell everybody where they can follow you, where they can keep up with you, and where they can expect you next on the tour.
Man, at Chico Bean, all social platforms. Make sure you keep supporting Wildin' Out, the 85 South show. I just had a premiere with Charlamagne the God on Comedy Central, The God's Honest Truth. I'm a cast member on that show, one of the correspondents. I'll be at the Mirage in Vegas tomorrow, and just follow me on social media, and you'll be able to see everything that I got going on, because I'm gonna keep my people abreast, man.
Okay, and I love to ask this: 5 years from now, where do you see yourself? Because you never know, but the tongue is a powerful thing.
See, that's the thing. That question is very unique to me. I never answer that question in the capacity that people ask, because, I liken it to this. If somebody would have came up to me when I was an open mic host at the Comedy Zone when I first started and asked me what I wanted to do, I wouldn't have named any of the things that I did 5 years ago. So I never allow myself to be limited to what my mind can dream up, because I'm not in control. This is God's work. So who am I to question God's work? So in 5 years, if God see me on this plane and still see me working and breathing this air, then I'm going to be wherever he see me to be. You know what I mean? So
come on, I have to lay hands on him. Come on.
I appreciate you,
Listen. Well, make sure you check him out, DMV, and keep it right here on your number one station for hip-hop and R&B, 93.9 WKYS.
You know it.